Luvuvamu! Luvuvamu!
Yala!
Bana Nzambi!
Ingeta!
Bana Nzambi!
Ingeta!
Oh, no problem.
I was on mute. Mama Margaret, can you open us up in prayer? Okay.
Yes, Mama Royal, we are waiting for you.
Oh, I thought she said Mama Margaret. Sorry. Most High, the Almighty I am that I am, the Ancient of Days, Tatanzambi Yamazulu. We come before you one more time. We come on bended knee, bowing before you, our King, our Father, our Creator, our Elimo. Thanking you for another day. Thanking you for another gathering. Thanking you for all the people that have come here today to listen to your word. And so as we gather, Father, you said that when 2 or 3 are gathered in your name, that you are in the midst to bless. So we invite your presence to be among us. We invite you to take control of this session. We invite you, oh Father, to bring your words to us. Make them clear, clarify your words to us, oh Father, that we may be all fed at the end of the day. We thank you again for your breath of life. We are grateful, we are humbled. And as we bow at your feet, we continue to give you honor, we continue to give you glory, we continue to give you praise. We ask that you touch the tongue of the moderator. We ask that you touch the tongue of the presenters. We ask you, oh Father, to fill each and every one with your Mwanda and Semi, so that every one of us may add something valuable to this day's proceedings. We bless you, we magnify you, we continue to glorify your most high and precious name. Through your Son, Isaiah, the Christ, Mayamuna, we pray, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Madonna Masaka. Okay, family, we're about to get started. We just want, if everybody could just remember to mute when you're not speaking. If you're not presenting or you're not speaking, please keep your mics muted so that we can avoid interruptions. And with that, we'll go ahead and get started. And get the
Ingeta. Luvuvamu.
Yala.
Yes, Mama Matuzola, can just go to our presentation. Today, family, is a normal days. We're gonna do the continuation of last Sunday teaching. This message that we are sharing to you doesn't come from us. It comes from Nzambe and Pungu to land. So it was actually Nzambe through his Mwanda Velela made us possible to receive this and to share it to you. Last time Panga Benika have asked, do you want us to give what comes from us or what comes from the Mwanda? Please, family, give us a feedback.
What comes from the Mwanda?
Ingeta, what comes from the Mwanda? So only one person wants what comes from the Mwanda. The rest say no, we don't want nothing of that.
No, we agree. Want to hear from Mwanda.
Okay, Matondo Masak. So family, we are 11 people here on our Zoom. Everybody today will be participating. As you can see, we have some PowerPoint presentation there. The topic is the secret of the spiritual death. I believe most of you have heard already about spiritual death, and many people have wondered, what is this? What is indeed a spiritual death? So it is something that we're gonna go slowly, but before, as we do always, please take your notebook, take your pencil or your pen for us to write down. And on today's Zoom session, we're gonna do something different. As you have seen last Sunday that we had lesson learned. I hope you have seen that last Sunday, those who were here. So the 11th, now we are 12. The 12 of us will give us 1 point of a lesson learned. Are we together, family?
Get that?
So everybody here in the end of the Zoom will give us 1 line of the lesson learned for us to see if the message is really going how it should be. So, Mama Matazola, please, can you just go to the second slide of our presentation? Matondo Masaka. Now I would like to invite Mama Matazola just to read for us the first point.
What is spiritual death? We are here to reveal the secret of the corpse, said the Mwanda Velela on March 22nd, 2023. Spiritual death is a separation from Nzambi. When we are unplugged from Tatanzambi, the 2 sources of spiritual death are when we fall, and the second is our own disobedience. 1 Samuel 15:10, 15-23.
Luvu Vamu.
Yalla.
Matondo Masaka, Mama
Yala.
Matazola. Please, Mama Shelley, prepare for me if you have your Bible there. 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 10, and then I'll call you to help me on that. So family, as we see in our presentation, this message is not from us, but comes straight from Zambia Mpungu to Lendo. We are here to reveal to you what the Mwanda has revealed to us, sharing to you the secret of corpse. So this message was delivered on the 22nd March 2023, just a couple weeks ago. So many people are living, but there is something, family, a spiritual death. So according to what we have got, the spiritual death is more basically when the person is separated, is not connected in Zambia Mpungu to Lendo. It is when the person is not living the purpose of his existence here on earth. When the Mwanda Velela is not within you, but is Kadia Mpemba controlling your life. So as you can see, there on our picture, we have a light bulb. One is connected to the plug. We are alive in the spiritual realm, family, when we are connected with Nzambe Mpungu to Lendo. Luvuva Moon.
Yala.
But as soon, family, we disconnect ourselves with Nzambe Mpungu to Lendo, you will see a great difference there. You don't shine anymore. There is no light in you anymore. You become in dark. You see that second picture there, family? Is unplugged is not shining, the light's not on, that is us when we are dead spiritually. So the purpose and the sources of that, there are two. First, when we fall, as our great ancestor Eden and so many others have fall in sin, in temptation. And the second one that we would like to highlight here a lot is our own disobedience. This is what have destroyed us as a people. This is what have destroyed many of our ancestors. So when we disobey ourselves, family, when we don't obey Nzambe, we disconnect ourselves with the plug, and the plug in Nzambe Mpungu to Lendo, we don't get that spiritual connection with him. Let's go, Mama Shelley, if you're there.
Okay, 1 Samuel 15, verse 10. Then came the word of Tatanzambi unto Samuel, saying, repented. Should I go straight to 15? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, you can read first verse 10, finish verse 10, and then jump to verse 15 until 23. Please, ma'am.
Okay. Verse 10 again. Then came the word of Tatanzambi unto Samuel, saying, and verse 15 to 23. And Saul said, they have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the oxen to sacrifice unto Tatanzambi the Elimi, and the rest we have utterly destroyed. Then Samuel said unto Saul, stay, and I will tell thee what Tatanzambi hath said to me this night. And he said unto him, say on. And Samuel said, when thou wast little in thine own eyes, in thine own sight, wast thou not made the head of the tribes of Isolele? And Tatanzambi anointed thee king over Isolele? And Tatanzambi sent thee on a journey and said, go and utterly destroy the sinners, the Amalekites, and fight against them until they be consumed. Wherefore then didst thou not obey the voice of Tatanzambi, but didst fly upon the spoil and didst evil in the sight of Zambi? And Saul said unto Samuel, yea, I have obeyed the voice of Zambi, and have gone the way which Zambi sent me, and have besought Agag, the king of the Amalekites, and of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took up the spoil, the sheep and oxen, the chief of the things which should have been utterly destroyed, to sacrifice unto Zambi the Elimo in Gilgal. And Samuel said, hath Tatanzambi as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices as in obeying the voice of Zambi? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to hearken than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry. Because thou hast rejected the word of Zambi, he hath also rejected thee from being king. Yalla.
Yalla.
Let's participate all family. Luvu Vamun.
Yalla.
Yalla.
Thank you a lot, Mama Shelley, for that. She went through very carefully, family, to understand the first disobedience that Saul as a king have made. We see, I'm not gonna read again, but we have just seen Nzambe has anointed Saul to be a king. And then he gave him a mission to go and kill and destroy. Unfortunately, disobedience came there. So instead of following carefully all the instruction that was given to him, he decided to obey his people. He decided to do in his own way. Nzambe gets very angry, disappointed when we as his children disobey. We don't follow his instruction. So most of spiritual death's family comes there when we as a people abandoned Nzambe and Mpungu to land. Luvuva Mu.
Yeah.
And I just would like to point out something there very deep on verse 23. Rebellion is as sinful as witchcraft. When we rebel against Nzambe, we are considering that those people do witchcraft. And we know everybody who do witchcraft, they are spiritually dead. So when Isolele us start disobeying Nzambe, Nzambe put us in the same level. And Nzambe was very angry with him, that told him straight, I'm just gonna jump. So because, and I say, and stubbornness as bad as worshiping idols. So because you have rejected the commands of your Lord, he has rejected you as a king. Saul was no longer the king of Solele, was put out of that. But he continued being a king to human eye. For the rest of the people, they were seeing him as a king. But according to Nzambe and Mpungu to Lendo, Saul was no longer king. He was spiritually dead. Disobedience. So now, family, we're gonna jump to the step of a spiritual death. The first one was just the one when we fall. The second one is what, family? First one is when we fall. Second?
Disobedience.
Disobedient.
Yes.
Thank you. Mama Matzola, can just jump to the second slide? Yes, Mama Roya, can you help me, please?
When parents of families die, a lot of people ask a lot of questions about where they are and what world are they in. They were buried. Where are we going to get them? And they begin to consult many people door by door to discover the secret. 1 Samuel 28, 3-19.
Matondo Masaka, Luvuva Mu.
Yala.
Yala.
Mama Matzola, can you help me in the second, 1 Samuel chapter 28, verse 3-19? I will call you in second. So family, one of the steps to spiritual death is what happens in many people's life. First is when a relative dies, family, friends, or somebody very close to us, and we start wondering why and questioning a lot because the person is gone. So since we are saved, we have no spiritual guidance, Kadiampemba take over and start putting a lot of things on our mind. And one of them, family, is he tells us, why don't you consult such houses which can give you answer where your friend, your parents, your husband, your wife is. So as soon we go to these houses to discover the secret, and then this secret is fully not secret because it's Kadiampemba trap to kill us spiritually, it's gonna happen as what happened to Samuel. I'm sorry, to Saul. Again, we are breaking down his life. Are you there, Mama Matzola?
Yes. 1 Samuel 28, verse 3. Meanwhile, Samuel had died, and all Isolde had mourned for him. He was buried in Ramah, his hometown. King Saul had banned all mediums and wizards from the land of Isolde. The Philistines set up their camps at Shun.
Sorry, Mama Matuzola. Let's just go down there very slowly. You see? Who died?
Samuel,
Samuel died. After his death, what happened, family?
Isolde mourned.
What Saul did?
He put away all that.
Mediums and wizards.
Yeah. You see? Saul was the first one to ban or to say to all Israel, Isolde, not to follow the mediums. He was the first one. But let's go down and see what happened after. Yes, Mama Matuzola.
Okay. When Saul saw the Philistines set up their camp at Shun, and Saul and the armies of Israel were at Gilboa. When Saul saw the vast army of the Philistines, he was afraid with fear and asked the Lord what he should do. But the Lord refused to answer him, either by dream or by Urim or by the prophets.
What happened there, Mama Matuzola? What Nzambe did?
He refused to answer him.
Why? Family, let's participate. We are coming from chapter 15, family. We are now on chapter 28. What happened on chapter 15?
He had rejected him.
Nzambe has rejected him as a king.
Right.
You see? Since he has rejected him as a king, for Nzambe, he was dead. Saul was dead. Spiritually, he was no longer dead, a king. So everything that he would ask for Isolde, Nzambe would not answer him. So this was making Saul to be very sad, dispirited. Let's go down, Mama Matuzola.
Saul then instructed his men to try to find a medium so that he could ask her what to do. And they found one at Endor. Saul disguised himself by wearing ordinary clothes instead of his royal robe. He went to the woman's house at night, accompanied by 2 of his men. I've got to talk to a dead man, he pleaded. Will you bring his spirit up? Are you trying to get me killed? The woman demanded. You know that Saul has had all the mediums and fortune tellers executed. You are spying on me. But Saul took a solemn oath that he would not betray her. Finally, the woman said, well, whom do you want me to bring up? Bring me Samuel, Saul replied. When the woman saw Samuel, she screamed, you've deceived me. You are Saul. Don't be frightened, the king told her. What do you see? I see a scepter coming up out of the earth, she said. What does he look like? He is an old man wrapped in a robe. Saul realized that it was Samuel and bowed low before him. Why have you disturbed me by bringing me back? Samuel asked Saul. Because I am in deep trouble, he replied. The Philistines are at war with us, and God has left me and won't reply by prophets or dreams. So I've called for you to ask what to do. But Samuel replied, Why ask me if the Lord has left you and has become your enemy? He has done just as he said he would and has taken the kingdom from you. And he has given it to your rival David. All this has come upon you because you did not obey the Lord's instruction when he was so angry.
Because of what, Mama Matuzola?
Because you did not obey the Lord's instruction when he was so angry with Amalek. What's more, the entire Israeli army will be routed and destroyed by the Philistines tomorrow. And you and your sons will be here with me and get them.
Luvu Vamu.
Yalla.
Yalla. Unfortunately, when the person is dead spiritually, and this person leads a people, it takes all of them to death. When your leader spiritually is dead, it will take all of you to death. Saul was spiritually dead. Because of him, most of his Israelim died in that war. Just to mention their family, what was moving Saul to consult to consult Samuel wasn't the Mwanda Velila, was the evil spirit within him, because Saul was already possessed by the evil spirit by the moment Nzambe told him, you are no longer king. You see? So this message that we are bringing to you didn't come from us, but came above from Nzambe Mpungu to land. To tell you that the spiritual death is dangerous. It starts when we disobey the Lord, even little stuff. So he went to consult Samuel. And the funny part, the way Samuel answered to him, I like the way Mama Matuzola just read. He was very angry. Why did you wake up me? Didn't the Lord told you he has forsaken you? First, he went to consult the Nzambe in a wrong way. When you are spiritually dead, the evil spirits will start leading yourself to the ways of darkness. You are thinking that you are doing in the right way. Saul was thinking that by consulting the media was the right way to communicate with Nzambe, but it was spiritually blind, spiritually dead. Be careful with the spiritual death. It's very dangerous. So by the moment you enter, and now I'm gonna ask Mama Margaret just to combine the second part of our presentation, and everyone, please that side. You see that there is error showing down that it is combined. Yes, Mama Margaret, please. You are on mute, Mama Margaret.
I can't open it up. And everyone false prophet who knows a secret about this and who is not even sure where the parents are. Now the teachings of fortune telling begin as well. The false prophets teaching divination to the person who lost the parents. And when one embraces these teachings, that person also becomes already a corpse. It's already a corpse.
Luvuvamu.
Yalla.
Yalla.
You see what the spiritual death will lead you to, family? To false prophets, medium, and you're gonna start finding yourself with those people are gonna start lying to you, giving you revelation that doesn't come from above. When you are spiritually dead, you will force to hear Nzambe's voice. But what you're gonna receive in return will be Kajampemba's answer. Be carefully, family. So everybody goes for them to find the secret, for them to get more knowledge, more power, and they end up putting themselves dead. So when the moment you start embracing those life, those houses, those places, family, spiritually, you are already dead. Why? Because you have put yourself in the house that doesn't belong to Zambian Pungo to land. You have rejected Zambian Pungo to land. You have disobeyed Zambian Pungo to land. And Zambia will also turn his back to you. So the result, you are living, most of people are living, they're walking, but spiritually they're dead. Once again, we would like to call and ask everybody, please, to pay attention to the certain things we do on our daily basis. Luvuvamu!
Yalla.
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 Yes, Mama Matzola, can you just move to our second presentation? And I'm gonna ask our sister Kiese to help us. Now, this one, let me just explain first. We put it that soul, the spiritual death line journey illustration. But I would say it is for all of us, not only soul, but soul is being put there as an example. First of all, you see that the line is increasing. Out of the blue, it was just going down. The graphic of his life, of his achievement, his commitment to Nzambe was going up, 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 until to the certain point, everything will start falling. We have read in chapter 15 and chapter 28. So it started as follows, family. Saul was a very good person in the eyes of Nzambe Mpungu to land. Everything was great until we find ourselves there in talk, defeated Ammonites. After that, Saul was no longer operating in the way of Nzambe Mpungu to land. That's where we're gonna find the spiritual death. That's where we find many people. They have started very strongly obeying Zambian Mpungu to land, being a good servant, but out of the blue, they changed instead of Zambia. So first, he disobeyed what Samuel told him. Disobedience takes us to a spiritual death. He did not stop there, family. He disobeyed also in Nzambe, his creator, the one who have made him as a king. When Nzambe told him, go and kill all the Amalekites, he didn't do that. By that, an answer came from Nzambe. Nzambe, very angry, he rejected him as a king. So from the moment he knew that he was no longer king, he himself understood that Nzambe is no longer on my side. The spiritual death will bring you all the evil spirit within yourself. And Nzambe told him, I will anoint somebody greater than you, more skillful than you, and to be the new king. That's why you see Saul out of the blue hating David. So when we are spiritually dead, we become jealous, we become angry, we invite any evil spirit to our life. He started hunting David to kill him with no reason. You see this, the consequences of being spiritually dead. And priest killed, he did something very terrible, family. It was his line, his graph was going nicely up and up and up until he disobeyed. His life was falling down until to the time he killed himself. If you see many people suiciding them, killing themselves, one of the reasons is everything started spiritually. Disobedience, allowing Guardian Pemba to control yourself, and then they find no more purpose in their life, they kill themselves. Many young people are doing that, suiciding, killing themselves. So he decided to kill himself. That's where I will ask Sister Kiese to read us the way it is written, only as far.
Only as far as the person has gone, that person is no longer a person. When that person is going to surrender his life, he is no longer a person when comes out from there. Let's say it's a corpse, because you've already learned a lot. He has already learned thousands and thousands of teachings contrary to the will of Nzambi.
Lovo vamos!
Yala.
Allah.
Yala.
He's already a corpse. Why? Because he have learned thousands and thousands of teachings, information that was not from Zambia Mpungu to Lendo. Why? Because he has already associated himself with thousands and thousands of demons. Why? Because he has decided to disobey and to follow Nzambe's ways, then he becomes no longer a living spiritual being. Because they have decided to associate themselves with those who are going to read. Everyone who learned this profession, median, these tactics be already done. It is the same thing as magician. It has a secret books and it has actions. Unfortunately, in our Bantu awakening, many people are embracing this kind of life. This leads to a spiritual death. Luvu vamos!
Yala.
Allah.
Are we seeing the seriousness of this family?
Yes.
And they're gonna say, no, I'm fine. And no. When we are not plugged to Nzambe Mpungu to Lendo, the light doesn't shine. So when the light is not shining, something else is shining there, darkness. In darkness, it is Kadia Pemba. When Kadia Pemba controls your life, you are spiritually dead. Luvuvamu.
Yala.
Sorry, Mama Matuzola. Can we move to the next one? I'm gonna invite my elder Kennedy, please. I'm gonna jump very quickly here. Elder Kennedy, can you help us there? What do evil do with such practice?
Yeah, for someone who has the word as you are, everyone who is clicking to the word of Kalbambi becomes an enemy of such people as false prophet and evildoers. As happy as he is when he meets you, he knows the power you have to neutralize him, but he won't be happy with you. He won't laugh with you. If you laugh, that's just pretending. While laughing with you, he is studying you without your knowledge to catch you in a trap that you did not expect. Therefore, in all of this, it is to grasp the meditation of the word of Tanzambi and the Mayamona that we and you have accepted. With this action, you have already trapped the enemy. What you carry, you tremble, is to step on the enemy. Luke 10:19-20. And he can't get you anymore. Spiritually, you trapped him. Do you see things happen? The Mwanda asked. Therefore,
Elder,
being with
I
my
just stop quickly then. Matonda Masaka, Elder Kennedy, who welcome to our new brother in your side. Thank you for joining us as well. Those who walk in light will always go against those who walk in the darkness. Those who work in the darkness will always be against those who work in the light. Light means Mwanda Velala. We are against of all these people, all of us together. Kadian Pemba agents will also be against you. But you don't need to be afraid of them, because in us there is power. And the Mwanda Velela was asking me, do you see what is happening? In our workplace, in our family, in our community, and everybody. Anyway, sometimes we meet people who are not from Zambia, and they start us a lot to destroy ourselves. And there are those who are like, they can sense, this person is not good. And you can see. So they do all of this just to take you out of Tatanzambia. Manzambe has said something very strong and powerful. Every day you gotta believe on that family. That is a commandment on the book of Luke, chapter 10, verse 19-20. But I'm gonna start from 18. Yes, I told them, I saw Satan follow from heaven like lightning. Look, I have given you authority over all the power of the enemy. Luvuvamu.
Yala.
First of all, he saw the devil falling from heaven like a lightning to destroy and kill. But Nzambe Mpungu Tulendo is saying to you, I have given you authority, power over the enemy. You see, you are equipped, family, with Nzambe Mpungu Tulendo. You can walk among snakes, scorpions, and crush them. You can do that. When we started, Brother David just say that I'm coming from a very huge fight with demons, but I was able to kill them all. That's the power, family. We have received it from above to crush their head and kill and destroy all the evil personalities. And he continues saying, nothing will injure you, but don't rejoice because evil spirits obeys you. He first exalts you, he gives you power, then it comes down to make you be wise. This part is for us to be wise. But don't rejoice because evil spirits obeys you. Many people get excited. Yes, I've casted the demons. Hey, no. That is saying, rejoice because your name are written in heaven. Your name is written in heaven because of obedience, because you're not spiritually dead. Because when you cast the devil, you don't say it was me. It was Nzambe, Ampungu, to give all the honors and credits to him. Then in the book of heaven, you walk according to him. That will be the moment that Kadiampemba and all of these will start running away from you. They can plan, but nothing will work. Luvuvamu!
Yeah.
Yala.
Yes, Elder Kennedy, let's move, please.
Therefore, being with Mayamona is good. Praying with spiritual certainty and strength is best. See the question? After what, such people even start running away from you, and they realize that the power it has is strong. It will even kill. They say, what you carry puts you even in the grave. You carry something to put in the pit. 1 John 4:4.
Atonda Masaka, Elder, I think there was a little mistake there that says what you carry puts you, or not you, puts them in the grave. You carry something to put it in pit. Because first book of John, chapter 4, verse 4 says, whatever is in you is greater to what is in the world. What we have as a Solar Life family is great, is big, to kill all the evil doers, all the evil spirits, to cast them away, because we live in the light, because we are plugged. In Zambia and Pungu land, we are always shining. When we shine is the Mwanda Velela.
Yala.
Yeah.
Being with Mayamona is good. Being with Mayamona is good. It leads us to the right way. Yes, Mama Matzola, let's move to the next one. See, Brother Antas is already, Brother Nim is already at home. Can you help us there, Brother Nim?
Indiata. Indiata. What do you need in Munzi to Samba?
Just to help us reach the entrance of Kadiampemba. 1, 2, 3.
Yes,
please.
of course. The entrance of Nkadiampemba, the devil. Point 1, what do they, the enemies, do? The study they do is to catch you in your weaknesses. When you are weak, then they will arrest you too already. Weaknesses, not praying, not trusting, not having the assistance of someone who helps you to get rid of the situation. So there he turns against that person very easily, having access to get this person to his side. But when you see that your strength is an unending force, you are really strong. So you have to know what spirituality these people, devil's agents, plunged into the pit and come out of there dead in spirit. And when they leave there dead in spirit, then you only hear that this person was murdered on the way. You managed to defeat them. Ingeta.
Ingeta, Luvu, Kamu.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We are ending to the last moment of our presentation, family. This is another way that Kajampemba gave to us. Always to separate, always to take us that spiritual plank which is connected to Nzambe was not to shine anymore. That it does that, family, it takes out of us that spirit for us to first start being spiritually lazy. We have no more willing to pray anymore. Even a little sejet to Kokuzulu, you feel like it's a lot. My goodness. A little, Lord's prayer feel like gonna take long. Adam is starting you, is taking you out of the way. And another one takes out your trust. You feel no more trust to your Nzambe. The second, family, this will happen when you have no spiritual assistance or someone that can help you to get rid of that situation. Here we're gonna bring something, family. That's why unity brings power. That's why every time we leave here, the last word we say King Twandi. Because when we are united, Kajampemba will never gonna deceive and destroy us. It's gonna be like those army when Kajampemba tries to get in, he finds no way for him to get. Because we are all, you see, strong. We are covering all the holes for him to get in. So we're inviting family, let's be one motion. All of us one. For us not to be spiritually deceived and spiritually dead. So the power within you is more than able to cast all the evil doers and destroy them. And the presentation, they said you will see many people was alive and out of the blue dead. Why? Because he was doing wrong stuff. Your prayers destroyed the evil within them. And because the body was not ready, the evil gonna take the body also. So Atondo Masaka family, the rest of the slide, we're gonna come back to it. Is the lesson learned, but we would like to hear from you as well. What the lesson that you have learned today. Please, Mama Matuzola, I know that I'm asking a lot today. While everybody will be giving the lesson, if you are gonna try to, but I also need your help for you. You have to write them down there on our document and then share for us to read, and we all come out with something we have learned today. Atondo Masaka family, Menzambe Mpungu bless his word and all of us in Ngeta.
Ingeta.
Ingeta.
Inget.